What's up guys, 11 Collects here, and today I'm doing a review of the Marvel Avengers game, Stealth Suit Captain America. So yeah, here he looks in the packaging, looking really nice, can't wait to get into this review. Gameverse written up top, joefixit bath written in the corner, Avengers game logo on the bottom, nice little picture on the side of all the characters, read up on the back and a nice picture of the figure, as well as a little section telling you about the bath wave. So yeah, let's crack this open. Oh yeah, and you also get the Build-A-Figure piece, but you know. Okay, so out of the packaging, these are the accessories you're getting with the figure. You're getting two head sculpts, masked slash helmeted and unmasked. Then you're getting a pair of fisted hands and a pair of grabbing hands and a shield. So first, got the helmeted slash masked head sculpt, however you call it, which looks pretty nice with the black and silver. I have got this paint thing which is very irritating. It can't really scratch off or anything, which is annoying, but other than that, it looks pretty good. And then the Steve Rogers unmasked head sculpt, which looks alright. I mean, in terms of detail, the hair and everything looks great, but in terms of likeness to the character, it's not exactly great, because in the game he does look a bit different. But yeah, for the figure, the detail in the hair looks really good, and it's nice to get a helmeted unmasked head sculpt. Hands, again the two fisted hands, looking very nice. So again, the nice fingerless gloves and the silver sort of knuckle protection on the back, which looks really good on both. No issues with paint or anything, looking great. And then the gripping slash gun holding hands, as you can see, again with the silver on the back, fingerless, looking great. You know, the trigger finger extended a bit if you want to attach a gun. It doesn't come with a gun, but obviously you could get one if you wanted. He's great for holding the shield as well. And then the actual shield itself looks really nice. Obviously it's not the traditional MCU design, it looks a bit different from that, but here's the game design. As you can see, I've gone into detail of adding this big plate here, not the clip but without the clip, which is game accurate, and then the clip is just for the figure, which works well. You get for attaching it to the wrist, and then plug for the back, and yeah, it looks really nice. New, like fresh mold. It's not just a painted normal one. And in terms of comparison to MCU shields, I've got a few here. I've got this is not from Marvel Legends, but it is the Marvel Legends mold. It's just from a regular figure, so it doesn't have the painted back and front, but as you can see, they are very different. Here's the Civil War Captain America. So you can't really tell because of the the paint detail, but very different. And I do have one more, which I'll just get here, and that is the Endgame Captain America. As you can see a bit better, the star is really big on this one, and on the back. So yeah, there's just shield comparison. One more, which isn't really a Captain America shield, but it is kind of, just wanting to include it. The one from Infinity War. So in the actual game, you get, without the clip, you get this big section here with literally one, just like this metal bar across the end here, which he holds. So yeah, let's get into the figure. Okay, this is how he comes out of the box with the unmasked head sculpt, and this figure looks really nice. As you can see, the design is great in the game, and the regular figure was really disappointing. You probably have seen it. Just the paint on it and everything was just like very disappointing. There's no way of saying it. So I decided not to get that one. But when I saw this one, I decided this one looks a lot better, and I will get it. And I'm really pleased with it. All the details are very great, very accurate to the stealth suit in the game. And I really do like the design of this figure. All of the the padding and extra sort of gear, the wrists and stuff. It does remind me of like riot gear and sort of military gear, which I think does work really well for the style of the game and everything. Yeah, I think it's great. Got the buttock design down the legs. You got the knee pads and the boots and everything. Looks great. So in terms of head swapping, this one comes off easy and goes on easy, just like that. Pops on and off. But this one, I'm having massive problems with. trying to get it on. It won't seem to go on, and I can't even tell if it's on because it's just not moving, and there's no like pop, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of like click or pop when it gets on. So, and it's like so stiff. It's really difficult to move it or anything, which is just really annoying because it's annoying trying to pose it when it's just so stiff and like I can't really tell if it's on or not. But yeah, if you ignore that, it does look pretty good. Yeah, very accurate. Looks great. Proportions, everything good. The head. So yeah, that's good. Hands, easy to change out. Just have it a bit tight, but just basic Marvel Legends changing sort of thing. Just plug them in. There you go. Pretty good. Then you got two fisted hands on there. Shield attaches to the hand. You want to make sure it's in this pose, not the peg. Sorry. And you can either clip it on here, which is very loose and doesn't really work. It's great. It's good for some poses, but not really most. Or you can clip it onto the actual wrist, which is more secure, better. But then it does feel a bit risky of the peg snapping, or the peg the clip, snapping. So, but if you do it on the wrist, it's going to be really wobbly and not look great. And as you can see, there is a gap there, which isn't very nice. I do much prefer the sort of the strap design, because this design just doesn't work as well. I think the strap design just looks a lot better. It's a lot more realistic. And this isn't designed for this, so I'll try and shove it on, but I'm not sure if it'll fit. Kinda does, but yeah, it doesn't. It's not really gonna fit. But yeah, the strap design shields do look, I think, a lot better. They're much closer to the arm. Everything. I think this just looks a bit awkward. You can see just a big clip and the big gap, but it's not too bad. Fits onto the back quite well. You want to try and get it up this way, because if you get it up that way and then plug it in just into that peg, it's going to stick up more. So if you want to get it this way with the peg facing up, and then there's less up the top and it looks much better. And yeah, with the shield on the back, it does look pretty good from the back as well. Looks really good. And yeah, glad they added that feature, but I do prefer the strap shields, like I said. Now, if you do want to get him holding your gun, you can. Doesn't come with one, but this is one from just an old Deadpool figure. So you want to grab the gun holding hand. I'll use the right one. Then you can just shove that in there, wiggle it in. I prefer to do this off the figure, because it's just easier. Then you want to just move that trigger finger over the trigger. There you go. Then grab your figure, take the other hand off, and then peg that in. And I think that does look really good. If you get any sort of pistol, I think that looks great. So now onto articulation. Head moves up that far, down that far, which the pose is. You don't really get a bit of head tilt side to side. Arms up that far. They are hindered a bit by the pad, but if you want to get them all the way out, you can just put it out like that and turn that. So not too much of an issue. And then you do get, like I said, the swivel at the bicep, I guess. I think that's what it is. Then you get the double joint elbow, swivel at the wrist, hinge at the wrist. So yeah, good articulation on the arm. Ab crunch, forward that far, backwards that far. You get a waist swivel. Legs move out that far, kick forward that far, backwards that far, not really at all. Swivel at the thigh, double bend at the knee. Not at all issue with the knee pad, because it is just glued on, it doesn't go all the way around. Then you get a swivel at the boot. Ankle hinges back that far, forward that far, and you do get ankle pivot. So the articulation on this figure is pretty good, Pretty standard, no, not too many hinderations on anything. Now let's get a comparison. Okay, so here is a masked slash helmeted head sculpt comparison. Obviously Infinity War Captain America back there doesn't have one, but like I said, so yeah, you got the figure, got Civil War Captain America, the battle damage one from the free pack, the Endgame Captain America, and like I just said, the Infinity War Steve Rogers back there. So yeah, look pretty good altogether. So now I'll do one without the maskless head sculpts. Okay, so here they are with all their helmetless slash maskless head sculpts. So looking pretty good. Obviously that one not accurate at all to the MCU Chris Evans. Neither is that one back there. A little bit better, but that's just awful. Then we got this one, not very accurate to the game, but kind of. And then obviously Endgame Cap, they did nail it with this one. So now let's try and do a head swap and see, if you want to try and get your MCU Cap looking with the stealth thing, if you can. Sorry about that, knocking the camera. So here we go. So yeah, that one's not going to fit on there, unfortunately. But I guess you could tack it, but yeah, I mean it looks okay if you tacked it on. But not great. Let's try this man. It's obviously not. See, it's more like a comic Steve Rogers head, but it definitely came in the free pack. But yeah, again, not gonna fit. But if you balance it on, looks alright. Doesn't look any closer to the game version of Cap, but and then if you wanted to get your Infinity War, I doubt this one's gonna fit either. Oh, that one did fit. A little bit loose, but I actually think that looks pretty good, to be honest. I like that look. It's not bad. It's not very accurate to anything, but doesn't look too bad at all. Now let's get into some posing. So for the Gameverse comparison, here we have Stealth Captain America next to Atmosphere Armor Iron Man, both with their helmetless head sculpts on. Here we got the comparison of the two of them with the helmeted heads on, and surprise, bam, Gameverse Hulk, Outback Hulk. I haven't opened this yet because I haven't reviewed it. It might be my next review because I kind of want to get the Gameverse line out so I can, start posting them out and get this Hulk out. So yeah, probably be my next review. So see you in that one. So now it's time for some posing. Okay, so first pose I really like. It's him with his shield and gun. This is actually from the Union Jack figure, which is my first review on the channel, and I think it looks really good. Did have it with the black pistol like I showed off earlier, but just blended in too well with the stealth suit, so I had to use the silver gun instead. And I really like the look of it. Next up, we got a shield throwing pose. I think that looks really nice. Look at that. About to launch his shield. I think that looks really good. Next up, we got a nice little, just standing with the shield on his back, sort of adjusting his gloves before going out. I think it looks pretty good. Next up, we got sort of, him looking at the shield, pondering. I think that looks pretty good. So I think you've seen in a few comics and movies. I think this looks really good. Him, crouched down with the shield. That actually does look really good. I'm gonna have him actually using it against someone in a sec. Okay, so next up, I really like this one. It's Captain America versus Iron Man, both the Gameverse ones. Sort of Gameverse Civil War situation. And I think this looks really good. Same sort of kneeling pose with Iron Man up there, flying, doing a massive foot blast at him, which looks great. So yeah, these are the Marvel Legends effects pieces, blue and then 2 oranges. But this is actually from a regular toy Iron Man, which from it's called Endgame, but I saw it in a shop and I saw that effects piece and I for like all that's the same size as the ports on Marvel Legends, so I picked it up. It's about tenner for the. This is one of these little Iron Man figures, but that piece as well, and it works really well. So yeah, pretty proud of this one, so I'm just gonna end on it. I think I did really well with this one. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be the Gameverse Outback Hulk. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.